So there's been a lot of talk about trade deadline, potential acquisitions, what we can do with this, that, and the third. I'm not looking at the trade market anymore. I think there is someone out there we can sign. We have the roster spot. Just sign him outright. Remember, who was the dude that got traded for Brittany Griner's freedom? The Russian arms dealer, the merchant of death. We signed this fucking guy, Stiz. Let me tell you. We put him on the end of the bench. He's just got the suit on, mock turtleneck, no smile ever. You think the refs are going to start acting right? I think they might start acting right.
They might, bro. They might, bro. I don't know what was going on today, man. We're going to get into it, but I don't know what was going on today, bro.
I'm Coley Mick. That's Cousin Stiz. We're here with Boot of the Ball Knower, produced by Jake Yazzie, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Fellas, the big game is right around the corner. We got the Eagles. We got the Chiefs. I can't think of a better thing to pull out at wherever you're watching the big game than the Underdog Fantasy app. You show it to everyone, all your pals. Say, hey, you taking hires, you're taking lowers. Kelsey with that fucking rusty gate 180 swing in the middle of the field that works every time for some reason. How many times are you going to do that? Taking the hire. I'm hammering the hire on that. That's easy money. And I'm doing that by entering promo code BANNER19 to get up to $8,000 in bonus cash when you sign up and deposit with that initial little drop in right there. I'm hot. I've hit the last 2 Super Bowls with 5 ways, so I'm looking forward to going 0 for 5 this year on my slip real easily, much like the Celtics did shooting the ball in the fourth quarter tonight. It is a record night. Celtics coming off a nice little road trip, and they returned home where they stink now for some reason. Don't care for that at all, Buddha. Why can't we win in the Garden anymore?
Not ideal. Not ideal. I mean, this is the night where, or this is like the day where it's like 1 o'clock. You watch the Patriots, they end up losing a heartbreaker, and you don't want to watch the 425 game. Like, this is like, fuck. Now I got to record and I got to talk about this freaking loss. I don't know what the problem is going on at home right now, but it is something that we have to look at. They have lost. I have the numbers here, somebody, and I will pull them up, but it's not good. It's not good. And this is not what the Boston home fans want. It almost feels like the Celtics feed off the other crowd energy, and our crowd energy, which I think is one of the best environments in basketball. I do feel like is, something that like the air gets taken out of the building and there's a big sigh after like a big missed play or a big Houston play. It's just not good right now, and bad vibes in the TD Garden.
Stiz, what's the vibes right now?
The vibes are low. The vibes are low, brother. The vibes are low. We 2-2 on this trip.
3-1 on the road, and then
then we came home and then
home. Yeah, so it took all the air out of what they did on the road trip. Obviously, they dropped a game. They got smacked by the Lakers on the second night of a back-to-back. 4th game in 5 nights, I believe.
Wasn't worried about that too much.
Yeah, that's one you can write off pretty easily. We always go 1-1 against the Lakers for whatever fucking reason. Doesn't matter how good they are. Doesn't matter how bad we are. Doesn't matter how good we are, how bad they are. Like, hey, we just go 1-1 against them. It is Rondo will hit like a bounce shot like to win a game at the buzzer. Like, weird fucking shit happens in those games. So I could write that one off easily. Tonight, as much as I would like to bemoan the refs, who I do think were awful, terrible, bad, there were a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of passiveness, I thought. There was, in the first half, JT shut out. Just felt like they were chasing points in weird ways. And Kristaps, if anyone was committing real fouls on the Celtics, definitely KP. He just can't help himself but reach. He forgets he's 7'3" quite frequently. I love that he got the tech. I love that he turned to the crowd. That was like the loudest moment of the night. Then maybe the Pritchard 3 turnaround in the corner that pushed it to double digits late in the fourth quarter. I don't know what went wrong specifically. It felt like they would start turning down weird shots. Keita and Cornette had that weird, you shoot it, no, you shoot it, no, you shoot it. We'll just turn it over instead, back and forth. I get it. White was out. Hauser was out. Horford was out. didn't feel like a reason to lose to this Rockets team. I know they've been playing well since the last time we played them. But again, you're up 11 points with 5:30 left in the fourth quarter. That's a game I gotta have. And the way they lost it, JT, he hits his clutch shot and it happens in a loss. So the people who say he doesn't score, that was his third game tying bucket under 10 seconds or go ahead bucket under 10 seconds this year. Kind of just put Amen Thompson in the basket, and then the miscommunication guarding Amen Thompson, who I think if he joined this show right now would be the worst shooter on the show. We're guarding him as close as possible and letting him drive to the rack. Listen, I'll live. If Amen Thompson hits a 3 right there, I'll live with that.
I'll live with it, bro.
Letting him drive. Like the Thompson twins' whole thing is being
drive.
100th percentile athletes. Like you
just
saw
drive.
You saw the offensive rebound he got right back up to dunk it off the vert. I don't understand. Like, this is what I think the NBA's problem is in terms of marketing. People don't realize how fucking impressive that is. It's like what?
No, he's a freakish athlete, bro.
Remember when Gerald Green dunked in his socks in the dunk contest? And everyone was like, that was okay. I guess you know how fucking insane it is.
In his socks, bro. No, it's literally, dog, he's a freakish athlete. And I like, I feel like for a lot of the game, he was giving JT fits. I feel like he was a big reason why JT went scoreless in the first half. And then JT kind of just made a decision late in the fourth to be like, bro, even though this kid is freakishly athletic, I'm just better than him. You know what I'm saying? Once he made that decision, it just was what it was. And he just needed to do that all game. If we had that all game, I don't know, bro. Obviously, we'd be talking different, but that's what it is, bro.
Cole, you said like, hey, I don't know what you said. Like, I don't know what went wrong. Well, I think first off, like, okay, Dillion Brooks had a career high. Like, he was hot as a fucking pistol. It was unbelievable what Dillion Brooks did tonight. I don't know if there's like a weird like Oregon rivalry. I think Dillion Brooks was a senior when Pritchard was a freshman. And I think there's just like a little bit of animosity there. It feels like the intensity always raises when those two meet. But I mean, and then Thompson, Steven Adams said it earlier in the year. And again, Steven Adams has been friends, teammates with prime Russell Westbrook. He's basically like, this is the most athletic player I've ever seen. He did a couple things tonight where I was like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. And if this guy doesn't figure out a jump shot by 25, 26 years old, the New England Patriots need to call that guy, because he would be one of the most incredible wide receivers I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, Kristaps jumped up and came down, and when he was coming down, Thompson just floated in the air. It was absolutely incredible. That kid is special, and he's only 21
He
years
is, bro.
old.
His defensive awareness, all of it, bro. His defensive awareness, everything, bro. I saw a lot from him today. Like, obviously, he had a career night, so we had no choice to look at it, but he did it without shooting, bro. It was just all layups, all cuts, bro. And some great reads on offense too. Great playmaking from the kid today. Good game on him. Tough that it was on us, but great game for him tonight.
Yeah, it helped. He got a lot of momentum. I understand what Joe was trying, especially going double big for pretty much the majority of the game. It definitely seemed like he was like, all right, I'm going to basically rondo this. I'm going to sag my center off of you 15 feet. As long as you're on the perimeter, that's fine. We're going to cover Şengün with Drew Holiday. Like, we're completely fine with this. And Şengün was largely kept in check until torn abdomen Luke Cornett tries to chase him out to half court, and he cuts back door for a wide open dunk. Like, I don't know why Cornett was in the game. I think he played well up until he got hurt. He was hurt. Why put him back in? Like, he clearly wasn't 100%, and then kind of cost you the game at the end. As much as it's a team loss, and a lot of people really fucking sucked throughout the game, Cornett, like, I just don't think he should have been on the court there. I've put Springer out there. Springer, I feel like he's earned that shot with the way he played from that, what was it, the Clippers game? The Clippers game through even tonight. Tonight he had a nice little spark. His defense, his energy late in the game like that. I also know he's got like the explosiveness and verticality to affect shots at the rim. So I feel like I would rather him out there than double big. Make everything switchable.
I mean, I thought Cornette was good tonight personally, like up until that last stretch. I mean, the thing that pisses me off is like and we haven't really got into this yet, but how do we have a miscommunication on the last possession of a basketball game? Like, Joe, I love you. You're a damn good coach, but like there should be no confusion on like who's guarding who in the last possession of a game. And we didn't have a timeout. So like I get not being able to communicate that, but like these guys got to figure it out. And Jalen was looking at Cornette. Cornette was looking at Jalen. They were both looking at the bench. Like, are they going to put Porzingis back in? Like, we didn't lose the game because our defense failed us. We lost the game tonight because of a fucking miscommunication, and that's how Thompson gets in the lane. It's like, that just pisses me off to no end because we're better than that. Like, we've already won the damn thing last year. Like, we've gotten over that hump. We're not that team anymore. And for them to do that tonight, it's just, especially against like such a young, inexperienced Houston team, mistakes like that should be happening for them, not for an experienced team like us.
But I think the miscommunication comes from the take foul everyone knew was coming the possession before. And you could even see they had Cornette on Thompson so they could specifically inbound it there. They didn't fear a catch an immediate turn and shot three. The refs, even that crew was not going to be like, yeah, you were shooting a turnaround three like that. That was the safest play. And I hate that they did that because you can see the Rockets were planned for that. They called two plays, knowing the take foul was going to happen. If Cornette just doesn't foul Thompson there, who's sitting there waiting for him to foul him, that causes a chaos that no one on the court or no one on Houston's team is ready for. And I don't think they even get a shot off. Like, I think there's that much calamity. You just go to overtime, live to fight then. Doing something so predictable. We talked about this last episode. It felt like doing just the same old thing, keeping up with the status quo. You got to stop that every once in a while. You got to throw different pitches. You just have to, Stiz.
I was about to say, is that what killed us in the fourth quarter? Like, is that what led to the comeback, bro? Because we were up. What was it? We had an 11-0 run, and then all of a sudden, I look up, it's a 9-0 run the other way. Like, what happened, bro? It was just what happened there, bro?
Oh, the Rockets played very physical because the refs allowed it, and then a lot of basketball is understanding. All right, what is allowed? It's like the Legion of Boom Seahawks. They're like, we're gonna hold and grab and interfere. We know you're not going to call all of it, so if that works to our advantage, why not? Like, that was the tempo. Like, Dillion Brooks was just throwing but he wasn't really covering anyone. He was just kind of running around tackling people, and it was largely just uncalled all night. Which, credit to you, if you know that's going to go, yeah, go for it. And I don't think the Celtics really ever settled in offensively. They were throwing doubles at JT all game.
All game long.
I thought he handled them pretty well. I still think took a little bit too long to start ISOing. That's the thing with Houston. Like, they have people you can score on individually. They do a good job of masking that. And when they started doubling JT, it became harder to isolate the weak link and really take advantage of it. Shots just didn't fall. It sucked.
I thought the Celtics looked good in that third quarter stretch when Tatum was leading the second unit.
Oh, yeah.
You looked at, like, I think they put Pritchard out there. Peterson was out there. And that was a clear sign that Mazzulla was like out of answers at a certain point. He tried Tillman in this game. You saw Walsh briefly. Springer was in the game. Peterson was in the game. Like, I know we had three guys out, but Mazzulla didn't know who to look to down the end of the bench to have a spark or make a shot. So I do think that was a little troubling. But Tatum led that second unit so well in that third quarter, and he did it out of the pick and roll so well that, yeah, he's going to expect those double teams in the fourth quarter, and we need to be able to pick it apart. The other thing that I would say is Dillion Brooks was so good tonight, but he was also, like, you could tell whatever he was saying was affecting Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown had to work so goddamn hard for his shots tonight, and his shot selection was absolutely terrible. I think there was like 40 seconds left. He takes like a floater off the backboard. He was taking contested threes, fadeaway jump shots all night. If you look at the buckets that Thompson got tonight, it was literally uncontested layups because he is stronger and more athletic than everybody. That's a formula that would work for number 7 on the Celtics.
Yeah, the Rockets weren't covering him with a center sagging 17 feet off of him. It was a little different how they went about those points. Jalen was the Celtics leading scorer tonight. I think he was 7 for 15 through 3 quarters. So I can't sit here and be like, he fucking sucked tonight but Cornette was excellent. Like, I can't have both those takes coming from you, Buddha.
Cornette should not have been in the game at the end of the game, but Cornette was fantastic tonight. There's a difference.
Cornette played amazing, man. Cornette played amazing. I think Houston did a really good job of taking JT and JB out of the game with the success of Dillion Brooks and Amen Thompson somehow. I know they didn't count on Dillion Brooks having a Dillion Brooks type night, but it happened, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of just took, like you said, it kind of just took those boys out the game. The way they were playing JT in the first half, I mean, he figured it out in the second half. But in the first half, the way they were playing him and Dillion Brooks hitting those buckets and Amen Thompson getting easy buckets, bro, it just wasn't easy on our guys.
No, and people can keep telling me JT's this, JT's that, when he's the only guy out there commanding double teams. What does that tell you? Like, look at the actions of how other teams really, really attack him defensively. You don't see that. You don't see the Celtics doing that to anybody. You don't see us trapping anyone at the top of, you know what I mean? We're never doing that. And I'm not saying we should either. Like that, that's crazy that teams consistently are doing that to Tatum. So yeah, that was his first scoreless half since 22, I think.
Maybe 2021, Coley. They said it. They said it live on the broadcast.
Well, they did say it. It might have been 21. You're right. But what were you about to say, Buddha?
What was I going to say? It's a great question.
All right.
Was it about JT?
Fuck.
Was it about JB?
This is where I'm like going Jimmy Neutron, like brain blast. I'm like,
Kata? Were you going to say something about Kata?
No, come back to me.
The
come
Luke
back
dunk?
to me. The Luke dunk was fantastic.
One? He got a couple tonight.
Are we talking about the Luke dunk or when Luke got dunked on this weekend?
No, I'm talking about the Luke dunk. I don't want to talk about Luke getting dunked on.
No, we had three. He had at least three tonight. He had the early one that was the poster. He had the putback, and they had that one driving down the lane later in the game.
Luke had a great game today, bro. But yeah, definitely. I already said it already, but I don't want to keep harping on it, bro.
No,
he shouldn't have been in at the end of the game. It is what it is, bro. Oh my gosh, what was it?
I got it, Cole. You're talking about teams all over the league that want to double team Jason Tatum, take the ball out of Jason Tatum's hands. The coaches that you see do it the most, by the way, are Spoelstra in Miami because he is doing these weird matchup zones, like get the ball out of Tatum's hand. Ime in Houston, who knows Tatum better than anybody, and then Steve Kerr as well. I mean, Steve Kerr is basically saying like, "Hey, Tatum won't beat us. Everybody else has to, beat us." So you look at three coaches in the league that I respect at the highest level. It's not just the NBA; it's the highest and the elite of the NBA at the coaching level.
Fuck Steve Kerr.
Hell yeah.
What's going on?
But you're right, bro. And it seems like, bro, JT has nights where he figures it out, but there's like that double team is a way, bro. That double team, it seems like it's a way to crack the armor of the Celtics, man. We got to figure it out. He got to figure it out. Like I said, he figured it out more towards the second half, but that has to be a decision made earlier. You know what I'm saying? That just got it for me. I needed that decision to be made earlier if you're going to just be aggressive.
There's been a thing that's been happening on this road trip. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on it. Kristaps has like elected himself mayor of the team, where he just makes these like insane like he holds court at his locker after every game and like gives us a team grade on how well we played. What are we, lion or lioness for that game, Kristaps? And I like, when the fuck did that happen? Like we haven't won 3 games in a row since he came back full time. Like that's just bad. That used to be a play we ran frequently. And I have no problem with Kristaps. He's going to be important if we're going to do this thing again this year. I can't have him holding court being like, we played okay. To get the fouls under control, my man. This was not an issue with you as frequently last year. I know you're going to be prone to a lot of fouls. I get it. But you got to reel it in a little bit. You were money early in this game. You were hitting everything, and you not really being available in the second half was tough. Now, it did feel like it was weird rotations from Missoula, the way he was playing this game. And I do feel like we know enough about him. Like, he is testing everything right now. It has felt like he's used the last month or so to be like, hey, we know what we dealt with last year in terms of injuries, in terms of this, that, and the third. I want to know every pitch. And we know he's talked to so many coaches around the world, not even just in Boston, about, hey, how do you prep your guys? How do you do it year two? I'm willing to like very much give him the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of the stuff that just didn't work, I see people freak out so immediately, like this ain't working, pull the plug. Like you never know when you might need something. And I don't know you're going to win all these games if you're constantly trying shit that isn't your bread and butter. Like it's going to make winning a regular season game harder. And as I look, the Cavs keep losing. We've gained ground in the standings over this last week. I can't slam the panic meter like I see a lot of people doing. Are there things I'd like to see improve? For sure. Do I think they're just genuinely working shit out? I do. I really do. Because Drew sat for a very long stretch in the second half, like you were talking about when Pritchard and Peterson and Springer were all out there. It's like, yeah, this is peculiar. This feels like a lot. Trying shit. You have to.
Yeah, people will hit the panic button. People will hit the panic button. It's like, well, yeah, we're playing fucking Drew Peterson tonight. Like, again, 3 guys out. That's not the reason why we lost, but it's like, Cole, you asked the question at the beginning, like, what went wrong tonight? Like, we can give you, like, we were relying on Cornette and Keita at the 4 and 5 for extended minutes tonight, like big minutes.
Big minutes, man. You know, Al's not going to play back-to-backs, and that's something we got to think about all season long. But yeah, bro. Like it's an L, bro. It's a one loss. What did the Cavs? You just brought me back to reality. What are they, 5-8 in the last go around?
They've been scuffling. I know they just lost 3 straight, a thing we haven't done in literal years.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Yeah, Houston did just beat them. I don't like using other teams as our barometer by any means, but I haven't heard the national panic about the Cavs, who have. They're still good. Like I still view them as a real team, but they've proven nothing, whereas we have. So what if last year it was all about like you need the tough road, you need to be battle tested, this, that, and the third? Why would you feel that way about OKC? Why would you feel that way about Houston? Why would you feel that way about the Cavs? Why would you feel that way about the Knicks? Like you can't make the same arguments. You can't make the arguments you were making last year this year, because you know how hypocritical it would be. You know how dumb it would sound. And that pisses me off that they even tried that shit last year, because they're still not giving us any benefit of the doubt to just figure some shit out.
It's the JT effect, bro. You know what it is, man. They
We really haven't had like regular season basketball games that matter in the standings in terms of like home court advantage in a long time. I mean, the Celtics destroyed everybody last year. I think we won the East by like 14 games. I think you have to go back all the way to 2022 at the end of the season when every team was dodging the Brooklyn Nets except for us, where we were like, oh, no. We'll take them on and we'll beat them in 4. And we'll prove that our small forward's better than your small forward. But anyways, but I really feel like our Celtics fan base, this podcast, just Celtic fans in general, we need a seeding race for this stretch. And we were closing in on Cleveland. I think now it's 5.5 games. Again, they had lost 3 in a row. Like, it would be so cool if we can cut this to 2 or 3 games. We're coming up on Cleveland. We're going into Cleveland on February 4th. I look at that game as, okay, there's probably 5 to 6 games throughout the course of the year that we're going to circle and we're going to say, I'm going to learn something about our roster. And we better have a healthy roster that night. Joe better make, let's rest people until that, because like that's a night where I'm going to look at and I'm going to put stock into that one. If you don't walk out of Cleveland with a win, I'm looking at that game and I'm saying, you know what? Maybe we aren't the favorites in the Eastern Conference.
No, we're definitely gonna get that dub. So don't even, you know what I'm saying? Don't even push that fish in the air, bro. I don't like that one. We're gonna get that dub, bro. I felt like it was the same thing with this game too, bro. For me at least, bro. I saw Houston as kind of like us in the West, you know what I'm saying? So for me, this game held that same barometer. I knew we was gonna have a couple guys missing, but at the same time, I still really wanted this dub, bro. And to not get it, bro, it's tough for me, but I'm not going to panic. I know what it was. Us not having Al in the game, I feel like is a really, really, really big deal when I'm starting to look at how the season's playing out. And Al is a big leadership role for us, bro. Like, especially in those big roles. Like, I know Kristaps is gonna come out and ball. He's gonna hoop. He's Kristaps, but like, as far as leadership goes, bro, having Al out there, for some reason, I feel like the boys are just more calm.
Oh, I mean,
where's that going to come from though when Horford's like not here? Like, and again, like you said, Stiz, if he doesn't play back to backs, if he's going to miss 25 games like a year, like again, like I want this to be a chase for the 1 seed at the end of the year. If you continue to lose out on opportunities, the math's not going to work at the end of the day. Like, we have to pick up games now. So again, do you want all your, like, again, I want all my guys rested for the postseason, but it's not going to be in as easy a road this time. And I do think that home court advantage, even though we're not playing well at home, I still want game 1 of the NBA Finals in the TD Garden. I still want Cleveland coming to Boston for game 7 if there is one. Like those are things that are important.
I was say, I don't even know why we're talking game 7s. I don't want any of those.
Game 5, excuse me, game 5.
They're still the best, if not second best. They put the stats up before that last road game we just played. I can't even remember who we fucking beat because I'm still mad about the Rockets' loss.
Dallas.
Who was that last road game against? Dallas? Yeah.
Dallas.
They put a stat up on the
I forgot we beat Dallas.
game. But we
should talk
Dallas.
about that. We should talk about that.
Flip
the mood.
It's coming up. Because they showed all of their stats juxtaposed to the rest of the league. They were first or second in everything in terms of being a road basketball team. So do I want the 5 seed, Buddha? I don't want the top 4 seed at
Let's
all.
just get the play-in. Let's just get the play-in.
Put me on the road. Yeah, put me on the road with a chance at Cooper Flag. That's what I want. I want the best of both worlds. No, get me. I just do not care about the 1 seed. I understand the 1 seed historically wins most of the titles. The two seeds up there too. Like the 2 seed wins plenty of titles into their own. I'm not super hung up on the seeding as much as I am like this February stretch, because it's not even just the Cavs on the 4th. February as a whole, I feel like will tell you a lot about just the character of this team heading into March and beyond, because it starts off with the 76ers. We lost to them last time. I would love to avenge that. I don't care who the fuck they have playing that night. Beat them by like
I feel
20.
like Joel's going to suit up and it's going to piss me off. I really feel like he's going to suit up though.
I mean, even if he doesn't, Caleb, Martin's going to go for 25 with 8 threes. And, it happens to us.
Bro, it happens to us, bro. It happens to us, bro.
It's a good pace too in February because it's every other day. It's the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th, and then it's the All-Star break. So I like that. It's just every other day. Like I said, it's at Philly. The 4th, it's at the Cavs, like Buddha said. And then the Mavs come to Boston, Kyrie Irving. These are all national TV games, by the way. None of these are, they're all national. The Mavs with Kyrie, 1-15 since he stepped on Lucky. A real shame.
Karma, bro. It is what it is, bro. You gotta be smarter. Play smarter, not harder.
He's emotional. It got the best of him. Then we play the Knicks on the 8th.
First game after
Another
the break?
national game. No, this is all still before the break.
Oh, okay. On the 8th, you said.
Oh, yeah. The 10th at Miami. Who knows what they're going to look like then? Like, who the fuck knows?
They got a lot going on over there.
And then we get Wemby in the Garden. Yeah, the last game before the break. That's a sick game.
I like all these games. Yeah, I was going to say, I like all these games. I'm not going to hold you.
That's the All-Star game where Tatum or Jalen will put up like 48 points. They just kind of alternate. Last year was Jalen's year. JT will do it to these meatballs this year. Come out of the break at Philly. Knicks at home. The Raptors. We got to fucking finally. Let's beat them. We still have to beat them. We
still got to beat the Raptors, bro.
Next, Scotty Barnes, 35.
Are we 0-2 against the Raptors?
No, that can't be.
Bro, we might be. Are we 0-2 against the Raptors?
No, we beat them the game Pirtle went crazy.
Oh, we beat them when Pirtle went crazy?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. That just is embedded in my head.
No, he went crazy, but we did pull that one out.
Good.
Then we got the Pistons after that. The Pistons are fight. That's not like an easy Pistons game.
It's not going to be easy at all. And they got another Thompson twin over there.
They sure do. The worst of the two, but still. And then we end the month with the Cavs in Boston. So we play, by my count, 1, 2, 3 games that won't be on national TV. The rest of them are all national games. So people will be talking a lot about the Celtics in February, good, bad, or otherwise. Like, they will be discussed.
I think now that I'm thinking in that mind, I feel like they definitely are going to turn it up just because it's going to be all national TV games. They're going to, bruh. We're finna see a new Celtics
games. It's genuinely a month of playoff games.
Legit, bro. We're about to see damn near everybody except for Philly.
Very high caliber opponents. And then, the other thing is, like, if you can just get to the end of February and have Cleveland coming into Boston and have you be with them like 2 or 3 games, like, God damn it, that would be so freaking fun. We haven't had a regular season game like that in a long time where the outcome actually made an impact on our season. I'm just starving for
it. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that whole month. We got the Bulls Wednesday, the Pelicans. Who knows what Friday. They'll look like? Yeah, these are decent.
You think they're keeping Zach
for that stretch?
It's just so much money to move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know who's going to be able to take on $40 million.
And he's playing so well too. It's like you can't even shortchange. Yeah, you can't even shortchange it.
No, they. I do think a decent amount of these teams aren't smart enough to like figure out the new rules yet when it comes to contracts. Like I do believe that is still one of our heavy advantages over other front offices is they just don't really know what to do yet. Because that should have been moved.
The problem is we can't do anything. It's like, yeah, we know the rules, but like we've kind of made our bed. Now we have to sleep in it. And I do think like
I'm cool with it.
Like Springer has been a very nice energy boost. I thought he was fantastic in the Clippers game. You had to be blind if you think he was bad. I mean, 4 steals. He was impacting the game. He was hitting open shots, which again, I think it shows you that, when Tatum trusts a guy and when he does make the extra pass to the corner, like that means something to Springer because he steps into the shot and fucking knocks it down. Like when he has the confidence of the best player in the Eastern Conference, I can say, yeah, the best player in the Eastern Conference. Now I'm going to go with that for now. That just, it's fantastic. And like this is Tatum's team. And it shows because, again, the players respond to him. When he's playing at his best, the players, the rest of the team plays at their best. So I look at the Springer thing as like, okay, he's been a nice addition, but are we showcasing his $4 million as, okay, he could be a guy who can come off a bench and impact the playoff series for another team? Because this bill is going to continue to get higher and higher for the Celtics. And I don't know if Springer is a luxury that they're going to be willing to keep. They could also look at Tillman's money. I mean, Tillman got a run tonight. He did not look so good. And I love that. Man, he was missing shots. Like he looked small, weak, not good. Not good from Tillman tonight.
I like my boy Xavier Tillman. I was high on him at the beginning of the season, but that stresses me out to see the way he's been playing recently. He had to definitely step it up. Springer, great things from him, man. Do you think it's Missoula playing all these guys mixing up like that, like putting Patterson in everybody? Do you think that's like us getting ready for the playoffs, or you think that's him showcasing like maybe we need to make some moves on these guys?
I think you just have to be ready to play anyone at any time. Like we saw PJ Brown come in and hit a big shot when he was just like, we'll see what we can get with this buyout guy. Like we've seen Leon Poe check in and like damn near win finals MVP. Like you really never know when you're going to need a guy. And God forbid, let's say like D White like breaks another fucking tooth and can't play for a stretch in the third quarter as he's getting medical. Like at playoffs, you're gonna need someone out there. And I think between Springer and Walsh right now, because Walsh got a little bit of run recently too, I think Missoula's trying to figure out like who is more reliable in a chaotic situation that I can call upon to maybe do something that the other team's just not prepared for. Because like when he's running around, he looks like rookie year Avery Bradley. And if you remember rookie year Avery Bradley, he was just an agent of chaos. Like he was just all bones, running faster than anyone you've ever seen run before, picking up other point guards 94 feet for no reason at all. Then
For no
you
reason.
relax, just rummage around in people's pockets for like loose change and pocket lint like that. That's what he was doing. And Jaden Springer, like even when he would get the ball and then just do something insane, like immediately, like dribbling over his head and stuff, like all of it reminds me of rookie year Avery Bradley. All of it. So I don't know. Like I don't know that I can't buy like the showcasing for a trade thing. I don't think GMs are so stupid. They're like, I saw Jaden Springer play well for 6.5 quarters. Now I'm going to give you a real asset for him. Like that's where I don't know that other teams are buying that.
I don't know if it's a real asset that you're going to get back for him, but I do think that they want to dump that $4 million. And I think that he's proven over the past 2 weeks that, okay, like if you put him in a game, he's not an absolute disaster, which I don't know. It's not really a vote of confidence when the two-way player Drew Peterson's getting reps over him at the beginning of the season. Like it took a long time for Springer to get his shot, and it did not feel like Mazzulla had a lot of confidence in him.
I mean, everybody on our team hit shots. You know what I'm saying? It's probably tough for you if you're not a guy out there hitting at the same clip that a Peyton Pritchard can hit, and a Hauser can hit, coming off that bench, bro. That's just the way our offense is designed. So I'm happy, I'm happy that he comes in and plays the defense that he does play. And I'm happy that they got those reps tonight. You know what I'm saying? When shit was chaotic for us and when we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, he throws these guys in there to try to figure it out because it's probably going to happen later on down in the playoffs and we're going to need them to be ready for those moments.
You just never know. We truly never know. I mean, the comeback against the Lakers in 2008, like that was all bench guys. Like the Celtics, like mostly were playing that game like it was over. Like they were giving their starters rest. And on the bench, James Posey and Eddie House and the fellas started drilling threes in an era where the 3-point shot was still illegal and the Lakers had no counter for it. You really never know. And in a 1-game series, we see it. We saw fucking Dillion Brooks tonight. In 1 game, anyone can be the standout player. Over a series, yeah, the stars are going to mostly drive the boat, but 1 game, yeah, someone can do some weird fucking shit and what. Grant Williams beat Giannis in a game. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have we seen this?
Bro, Dillion Brooks gave us 30 tonight, bro. I'm gonna be thinking about that all night long, brother.
10 threes. I think it was 36.
No shade on Dillion Brooks. That's what I'm saying.
incredible.
The 10 threes is crazy. Great night, bro.
Him and we've seen him and Amen Thompson go 30-30 more recently than JT and JB.
You're so
that's
right.
That's just the fact of the matter.
You're so right. But when the Celtics are playing at their best, I mean, like they turned it on in that Dallas game, and like that was an extremely well balanced scoring attack from the Celtics. I think every starter had 17 plus. Jalen had 22. Jason had 24. Kristaps 18. Drew had 17. Derek White 23. I mean, right there alone is close to 100 points from your starting lineup again, and you didn't have one 30-point scorer. That's when the Celtics are at their best. They don't need one player to score 50.
Back to positivity. I love it, Buddha. Thank you. Needed that.
I'm still
getting
fucking
Memphis
pissed.
bleak for you, boy.
I'm still fucking
Well, it's
pissed.
like the Celtics hate the Mavericks. That was long before the finals last year. So like JB always gets up for that game. With Luka or no Luka, like the Celtics go into the Mavericks games with ill intent. And I appreciate that out of them. But beating the Mavs, like it's I've come to expect just beating. I see Kyrie Irving, that's a win. Like I feel like I can't take any positives from it. It was great to watch. I enjoyed every second of it, but it's just like, yeah, next. And then the next was miserable.
Cole, there's also like so many connections between Dallas and Boston too. Like it's not just the, like the Jalen and Luka thing. Like, okay, obviously Kyrie, but then it's like Kristaps got traded to Washington for Dinwiddie and Gafford. Dinwiddie then leaves and then comes back. I was like, I totally forgot Dinwiddie was on the Mavs like this season.
Oh, yeah.
So there's so many different connections between those two organizations. The one thing that did, and I'm a big uniform guy, one thing that did like I was very surprised at. Games 3 and 4 in Dallas, the Celtics wore white and the Mavs wore blue. Now, I know that they won one of those games, but like if I was a Mavericks fan, I don't want anything that resembles anything close to last year's NBA Finals, and they chose the same exact uniform combo tonight. I looked at it and I'm like, are they just showing like Game 3 highlights from last year? Because like I don't know why they would repeat that. And if I'm the Celtics, I'm like, absolutely we'll wear white.
Don't the road teams pick?
I have no idea how that works. I thought that the home teams would pick, but I don't know.
No, I think the road teams pick because they have to like travel with however many jerseys. You know what I mean? So I think they have to.
Then that's like, fucking hilarious. Good for the Celtics. Bring up bad memories. Sorry, Dallas.
Just run that back. Run that back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zula's looking like, what do we wear?
Yeah, I think the road team just tells you like what base color they're wearing, and then you can decide whatever as long as it's not the same color, which I think is why the Celtics opt for black so often, because they're just like, yeah, this is cool. We can wear this kind of against anyone.
I didn't know that. I thought the rough shows or somebody.
I know Foster. I want to say I know that's what it is for baseball, so I assume it's the same. I know it's that for one sport, but I do think it's bad. You think about it, you go on like a 5-game road trip, you're gonna have to bring some options. Like the home team has all their picks right there. They can kind of do whatever.
How many times do you think, Stiz, you should ask Kat. I want to know. Like, how many times does he wear a jersey? Does he wear it once? Does he reuse it a couple times?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna ask. I want to know. Yeah, I'll figure that out for you. I would think it's probably like once though, but I feel like that's mad wasteful, right?
I know when players do the jersey swaps, that comes out of their check. Like they have to buy that jersey for that. So I think you can wear it. If you give it back to the laundry people, I think they keep washing it.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll figure that out.
What I would love to know from the Celtics equipment staff is like who wore the same uniform the longest. Like I feel like there's just got to be some superstitious guy who's wearing the same white shorts for the Celtics for like 11 years. Like,
about to say definitely Al. All right, it'll make the most sense for it to be Al for me.
Al only does jersey like a man swaps
built on tradition. I was gonna say he seems like a man built on tradition, bro.
Al will only do a jersey swap if you've got a cool Dominican baseball player in your city. Otherwise, he doesn't really care about.
Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah, good. I got another game, Chief.
Especially if I got to pay for the jerseys, I don't see him being a man who's like, trying to just give out jerseys like that. If that's what it is, he's been in the league too long.
LeBron's like proudly cheap. I can't remember a lot of LeBron jersey swaps. Now, jersey swaps. NBA jersey swaps, I feel like have died down. Everyone got their Grady Dick jersey swap last year, so that was the end of it.
Don't you think though that being selective about who you do jersey swaps with like makes your jersey even better? Like again, shout out to Myles Garrett. We all saw that video. He was going back and forth with the Ravens offensive tackle, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a nobody." And Myles Garrett was like, "Dude, you play in the NFL. Like, you're definitely not a nobody. Like, you could have my jersey." But like, imagine if you were like LeBron and you were like, I only gave out like 3 jerseys in my career, like Kobe, KD, and Steph. Like those are the only 3 guys that I ever gave a jersey to. Like that would make it like there's definitely players out there who only have signed like X amount of autographs, and they know like, hey, I've only signed 100 autographs. And like, if you want one of my autographs, the price is going up. Like that, the value of that, I don't know.
Definitely Michael Jordan.
Exclusivity.
Definitely Kobe. Kobe, I don't feel like Kobe was giving a lot of jerseys out. Who else? Definitely.
Kobe got so much love and respect. Like he wasn't doing on-court jersey swaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I think guys used to just be like, hey, they talk to the uniform people. I know they have a better name than that. But they would talk to them.
The equipment manager.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. Exactly.
Uniform people.
Yeah, they talk to the clothes fellas. And Kobe, I'm pretty sure, signed a bunch of jerseys for people.
I'm sure he definitely did, like especially in the OG era, right?
Right.
But not.
Like,
I don't feel like Mamba Kobe, like number 8 Kobe, was giving out jerseys like that.
No, I think early in his career, you'd get like shot if you gave someone on the other team a jersey. Like that would have been crazy. Imagine, hey, Ben Wallace, a really great battle. It's like, fuck out of here. What am I going to do with this? But
when
late
did that
Kobe
become like a thing? Then
late Kobe, it was a soccer thing, wasn't it? And then like the NFL stole it. Then that dude in Vegas, those two dudes in Vegas swapped.
That was the best one.
That's so good.
That's the best jersey swap of all time.
Yeah, that was an all-time moment. That was the last time we had unity in this country. That moment right there.
Right, bro.
They had to put us. I think that was like February 2020. I think they put us. They were like, they're getting too close. We got.
That was so good, bro.
Send them home and calm this shit down. But yeah, I feel like football took it, and then basketball was like, oh, this is perfect for us. Like, I do believe that was the progression. You really don't see it at all in baseball, Jake. Am I forgetting jersey swaps in baseball?
I feel like I haven't seen a single jersey swap unless it's like retired guys like talking after the game or something.
Sure.
Yeah, no way you're hitting a home run on me and I'm asking for your jersey. That's crazy. That one I'm not doing. The points are frequent in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go get my. But baseball, nah. You hit a grand slam, and I'll be like, "Yo,
yeah,
can I get
round in second?"
Devers just has a bunch of 45 Garrett Cole jerseys in his basement.
Yeah, like pelts on his wall. That'd be very fun. Yeah, he's just he gives it up. The pitcher just starts taking it off. He's like, "Get me a new one. I'm not coming out, but he gets this one." That would be
Ohtani steps up to the plate and you just see the pitcher like the buttons are already coming off. Like he untucks it. He's like, "Fuck."
The ump just grants a home run like the refs in Philly were going to do the other day. They were just going to put the touchdown on the board. That
was a crazy thing to say. Like. I don't think the referee was ever coached to do that. Like, hey, just so everybody knows, if they do this again, we're just going to call a touchdown. Like, I don't think that's how that works.
I think it is. I was saying it to Tyler yesterday. Like, there are so many of these rules. We should know. Belichick loved to. How many times did he pull out like a rule or play from like 1942 that was still in the books for some reason? He loved doing that shit. There are so many rules that people just haven't used in so long. No one even knows about them. So I like baseball. They could have always called a strike or a ball on a pitcher if he held the ball too long. They just never did. They were cowards about it. I like that. I like that he warned it. Because I think if he had just come out and been like, "Hey, that's 7 points, keep it moving," I think there would have been like protests nationwide.
Facts.
Who was the NFL referee that it was like Cowboys Raiders Monday Night Football and he like folded the piece of paper and he put it like in between the football and then he like gave this smirk.
It was
that's not the rule. Like when was it ever like a bent paper, like a piece of paper?
I think it was.
That was so good.
Yeah, you know what it was?
Yeah, Gene's territory, 1,000% Gene's territory. Yeah, he had that fucking smirk when he got up too. He was like, "Yeah, I just did that shit."
To be fair,
good.
This is something I had written down tonight and it pissed me the fuck off. Is Jalen's at the free throw line. We're down 2 with 20 seconds left. He makes the first free throw. He gets the ball for the second free throw. He takes a dribble. A referee blows his whistle and comes over and yells at Dillion Brooks and Porzingis.
Oh, that had me stressed.
Completely takes Jalen out of his rhythm. The NBA has not called a violation on that in fucking 10 years. And with 20 seconds left in the game, the referee's like, "Oh, well, now we have to enforce it." Like, what are we doing?
That wasn't even enforcing it. That was warning them he was going to enforce it.
Yeah, bro.
Much worse.
I started yelling swear words. It was crazy. For real, bro. That one was crazy. Because you know how them late game free throws with us, man. That one, whew. How my chest beating.
JB still shot even after the whistle, which I appreciated because he drilled it and then drilled the next one.
Made me feel good.
He knew what he needed to do in that spot. If only he had communicated a little bit better with Cornette for that last play. Who knows what we're talking about? Maybe they're in their 5th overtime right now. Maybe they're playing a classic like UConn Syracuse. Who knows? Who knows what happens?
Who knows?
Andy Routens isn't walking through that door.
No,
Someone brought
that's
up
for sure.
Kobe. I think this is appropriate to bring up.
Oh boy.
And I think a lot of people have seen this stat. But Tatum just became the 7th player in NBA history to reach 13,000 points before turning 27 years old. The others, LeBron, Durant, Carmelo, Kobe, T-Mac, and Wilt. Pretty good fucking company for Mr.
That's
Jason
a stacked list, bro. You know what? If I was on a list, I'd want it to be that list. You know what I'm saying?
Good list. Good list.
I said it
Great.
like 2 episodes ago. I said Jason Tatum is on pace to be a top 5 player of all time. He's not there championship-wise, but let me tell you something. No 26-year-old, besides Kobe Bryant, was on pace for the amount of championships you need to be a top 5 player of all time. If you look at his scoring when he entered the league, I mean, he's going to be there, and his career is going to have longevity. I wouldn't rule it out. That's all I'm going to say. He is on pace, and I don't think anybody can argue that.
On pace to be top 5? No, I think that's pretty arguable. Argue againstable. Like
I
don't know, numbers never lie.
They for sure they do.
That list is crazy. So
That
I'm gonna
list
just
is
let that list.
crazy.
I'm gonna just let that list say what it do. You feel me?
Yeah,
Those
but
guys,
even if-
wherever they line up on the list, hey,
That was the other thing. There were 6 people on the list or 7. He was the 7th.
He was the 7th.
Okay, so that
T-Mac,
maybe
out.
he T-Mac's out, but you would have been saying the
No,
same
but
thing about T-Mac his 7th year.
To have the conversation, right?
Bless you.
Larry Bird.
Thank
Larry
you.
Bird's a borderline top 5 player of all time, right?
Yeah.
Like I think it depends on whether you value the center position more than a Magic or a Bird, but yeah, Larry Bird's right around there. Tatum's going to finish
Larry Bird's in there.
with more points than Larry Bird. He's going to finish with more. Every statistic, he's going to finish with more than Larry Bird, and I would tell you that Tatum's going to have more than 3 championships.
okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Should I hope so?
Also, he's not going to break his back building his mother's driveway too. So that's why I think it's like the top 5 conversation can't just be numbers and things like that. I've never heard one time anyone say, boy, oh boy, that Karl Malone, the 2nd best basketball player of all time. I never heard that.
I said,
It's a
Buddha, who's in your
combination. It's
top
a
5?
combination of a lot of different factors. My top 5.
Buddha's who's in your top 5?
Jason Tatum.
I was gonna say if you
Tatum,
because somebody
Pritchard.
out of your top 5 got to go.
No, my top 5. MJ's number 1 for me. Then there's a little bit of a gap to LeBron. Then there's a pretty sizable gap from there.
Just your favorite players. Not
I
even
think
like,
it's I think it's easy. I think it's easy to say Magic, Bird, Kobe, and just eliminate bigs altogether. Because I think it's really difficult to pick Bill Russell, Wilt, Shaq, Hakeem.
I'm just saying your favorite player.
Most
Just
people
your
would have
favorite
Hakeem
player.
in the top 5. My favorite player? Well, then we're
just your
then you're
favorite
going to be hearing
players.
some
Top
random
5.
ass names. Yeah,
Your top 5.
MJ, LeBron, Kobe. I mean, fuck. My favorite players. That's a different
Yeah,
story.
man.
That's just that's
what I'm
different.
saying.
That's different.
But
Well,
top 5, because JT's gonna have to take one of those guys out of there.
He's on
that's what
pace to
you're
take
saying.
Larry Bird out. He's on pace to take Larry Bird out.
Okay.
I think Tatum.
Those are
I
big
think Tatum's
shoes.
going to go down. I think Tatum's going to go down as the 2nd best Celtic of all time behind Bill Russell. That's why. That's why
I don't think he won't. I don't think he won't. I don't think he won't, bro. Like the stats are saying what the stats are saying, bro. He got to get them ships in order. He got to get them championships in order, obviously. But
Right.
the stats are saying what they're saying.
So
hope
I guess in me saying that, then Bill Russell has to be in my top 5, right?
You
If
would
Tatum
think.
can't jump
You'd
Bill
fucking
Russell,
think.
Yeah.
One would.
That's why I
fucking
asked. I was
think.
like, hold on, I need to know who's in this top 5, bro.
You also just can't eliminate. And so many. I'm at least glad you said it out loud. I hear all these fucking top 5 lists from these Gen Zers, and no one played before 1990. Now I'm not gonna put George fucking Mikan on my list, but to eliminate centers entirely is crazy. When it used to be
Kareem should be on.
Kareem should be in there. Bill Russell should be in
Kareem's
there.
on there.
Duncan should be in there. Like all of those people I'm taking before Kobe. Then don't even get me started on Wilt. like that.
I think I'm
This is
Kobe
I don't.
over Duncan, even though the resume would actually tell you otherwise. But I don't know.
I'm super
Kobe,
biased on
man.
Kobe, so Kobe's just gonna be in my top 5. I feel you. He's
Kobe
just gonna
was
be in
so
my top 5.
freaking scary, man.
I'm biased
Two.
to me being a Kobe fan. I was a super Kobe head. Bro.
No. I'm saying who was like afraid of him. Plenty of people ate off him.
Facts.
Like what? I just don't get it. Duncan. Like if you could draft either, you would take Duncan every time, knowing what their careers
Over-
would be.
over
Always
Kobe?
take Duncan. Yeah. Duncan was 50 wins every year, guaranteed.
You know
as
what?
the best
You
guy.
see,
on the
Ability-wise,
team.
I can't say.
leadership-wise,
I can't say no.
yeah.
Can't say no. Bro,
What was
but I
Kobe-
want to say no. Hold on. I want to say no. Let me think about this.
What was Kobe in the middle of his career between the Shaq era and them getting Pow? He was just a guy. He was
Not
team
playing
match.
with Manu
scoring.
and Tony
Yeah.
Parker.
He was team.
Not playing
Yeah, we talk about fucking late 20s and second round picks. I don't want to hear that.
I mean, we're also talking about 2 fucking Hall of Famers.
Sure,
Doesn't
they
matter
played
where you
with Tim
get 'em.
Duncan. They played with Tim Duncan. That's super helpful.
Tim Duncan kind of, I was about to say Manu, a different story, but Tim Duncan definitely helped TP a lot.
Manu's
Get into
crazy.
that.
Like both Hall of
Manu's that
they're all
boy.
Hall of Famers. Don't get it
Mhm.
twisted. I don't know that they would be looked at nearly the same if they didn't play with Tim Duncan.
That's a fact.
All right, I
feel
got my
you on
5.
that.
20 minutes later, I've
Let's
thought
get
about
it.
Michael-
Let's get it.
Michael, LeBron, Kareem, Russell, Magic. Those are my 5.
Yeah.
That's my 5 in order.
I'm actually not mad at that. Listen, and you're saying JT's gonna take somebody up out of there.
Damn right.
That's what I'm saying. Right?
You're damn right.
JT's gonna take somebody.
No one would be happier than me. Nobody. Genuinely, nobody would be more thrilled. We can't get the national media right now to agree if he's better than Jaylen Brown. So that's where I struggle to think people are going to one day agree that no matter what he does the rest of his career, he'll be top 5
Just
all
wait,
time.
baby. Just wait.
Like looking at things objectively, because there's a guy I think does play right now who already has an argument to be in that top 5, and that's Jokic. He has the resume.
Oh no, he's doing his like what they used to, the legends of Wilt that I used to hear about.
Right.
I'm seeing it in real time with the Joker, bro. This is crazy. It's crazy what he's doing with the basketball, bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And then there's Giannis. Giannis has multiple MVPs, a DPOY, like stuff one of 5 people have ever done. He's got the championship. He's got the finals MVP. Like Giannis, people can call him run and dunk man all they want. Like he is an all-time like top 10 great already. You didn't say KD. KD's up there. Like he has a lot to do to get in his conversation. And I know he's beating them head to head. I know he mopped the floor with them, no doubt. KD's an all-time hooper.
That's a fact.
Our generation's T-Mac if he made better business decisions in the middle of his career. Not even
Who
our
would you put
generation's
higher
T-Mac
on your
is very
list?
much my generation.
Who would you put higher on your list? Steph or Kevin Durant?
Steph. Sorry, I'm gonna go Steph just because, bro, what he did for basketball. Yeah, KD's actually no. Actually, no.
I mean,
actually, no, because I just said this last week. KD was the prototype for everything we're looking at right now. Like right now.
Also, like as great as Steph is, and I do think it's a fair question. I think it's a great debate. I think
No,
it is
that's a
a
great
legitimate
question.
one. KD walked onto Steph's team, won 2 finals MVPs, and then left. Like that does matter. Like when
he
when
made
they
it look
needed
so
big
easy.
shots,
Just give it to KD, bro.
when that team needed those big threes against Cleveland, exactly 2 of them. Who did
He
they
made
go
it
to?
look so easy too, bro.
KD left wing, Cash both times like that. And I know in the
Watching
Olympics,
KD and Steph play basketball together is it's fun, bro. It
beautiful.
was fun watching that USA team. The USA team was so fun to just be like in unison, just all rooting for him. It was great, bro. It was great.
And
Cole,
that quote,
I gotta get you. I gotta get your take on this, Coley, because the documentary just came out about the Olympics, and like that's something that I look at, and I'm like, all right, that team won the gold medal. I think I might want to watch that. Please explain to me why I should watch a documentary about an 81 team who missed the fucking postseason. I have no idea why people would want to watch the Red Sox documentary. It makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Are they going to make a Gerard Mayo Patriots season recap as well? Because are we supposed to watch that?
They may. I mean, that was more interesting, I'd argue. But me and Jake
it was more interesting.
Me and Jake are in the Red Sox one, so that's a great reason to support your pals.
There we go.
There's a good rebuttal.
Give me the timestamp.
I have no idea. I think most of them. I think we're going to be heavily featured from what Jared says.
We're tapped in and say less.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a dime from it. I don't know how prominently I'll be featured, but I know they interviewed us on the field. I don't know if we're supposed to be saying any of this, Jake. I know they interviewed us on the field when we had our Fenway night. That might get its own episode. We don't know. that whole Section 10 day might be like episode 5.
I'm going to get a text.
I don't know what else they're going to talk about. I feel like, yeah, I feel like we probably carry 2 to 3 of those talk episodes. There's not much else to talk about with 81 and 81.
Nothing.
That, and then we just didn't get Soto. That's how it ends. It's just your interview.
I mean, like
in subtitles, no, we didn't get Soto.
It's literally going to be like, and it was a beautiful summer evening as the Mariners came in, coming off the Red Sox, like losing 3 in a row. Like, I don't really know where's like the big moment in the season. Like, oh, these are the players we're going to follow. Like Tristan Casas, the guy who was hurt for 3/4 of the year. Like, makes no sense.
No, I think they went into it with good intentions. Hey, let's follow a baseball team. And then they got like the most boring one of all time.
Let's get the one about tradition. Red Sox, but they suck this year.
Yeah, and
that's trash.
You hear about HBO and Max, whatever the fuck they're called now, and all these networks just deleting things and being like, that's a tax write-off. We can never let it see the light of day. What do with this? Like, I don't know who needed to see. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe they found something. We'll find out when it actually comes out. I just don't, to your point, know really what it's going to be. Jaron Duran was good.
They're just following Beulah around.
He wasn't here. This was last year's team.
It was last year.
Oh, damn. Damn, Mr. Op.
This year might be more interesting, potentially, but last year was like there was nothing that was even pointing to it might be interesting. So that's where it always felt peculiar. But you know, these movie makers, they can make some magic. So we'll see what they got. We'll see how they can lie to me about the 2024 Boston Red Sox.
Like the Atlanta Hawks are a game under 500 right now. They do not deserve a fucking document. Like no one gives a damn about the Atlanta Hawks. No one wants to watch a documentary on them.
The Atlanta Hawks they're doing horrible now?
They're just
I thought they were doing all right. I thought they
were
was
game under 500.
That's facts.
I mean, every time they play us, just like everybody else in the league, they turn into world beaters.
The Hawks just need to be 500. That's where they feel most comfortable. And honestly, that's what I aspire to. That's how I live my whole life. Just win some, lose some, keep it moving. Nothing.
Balance, baby. Balance, baby.
But it's like, yeah, the Pistons are 500, but those are two, like the Hawks being 500. It's like, you can do better than that. Pistons doing 500. It's like, you guys should legitimately hang a banner. I won't even laugh at you.
They're overachieving. No cap.
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable.
You're definitely overachieving over there
by those fellas. So yeah, we've got the Bulls. Oh, good.
Yeah, I just was gonna say I was looking at just like sometimes when you can watch a game and then digest it, and then you can look at the box score, and then you might have different takeaways. I thought one of the most impressive things from the Dallas game was we only had 5 turnovers the whole night. Cade Cunningham averages like 4.8 turnovers a game. So essentially our whole team had the same number of turnovers as an average Cade Cunningham night. I just thought that was kind of interesting. When the Celtics don't turn it over, man, they're freaking special to watch. Like there was pieces of that Dallas game where you saw the team that, you know, that we were at one point and that we all believe that this team will get to again at some point before the end of the season and hopefully be able to raise it on the banner.
Yeah, I was going to ask if we what our turnovers were looking like tonight, but I kind of don't even want to open that can of worms. I'm back on a good mood, baby. Let's keep the spirits high.
Our average over the last 2 games is fine. That's all we need to know.
All right, cool.
over the last 96 minutes of ball, super clean turnover average. But we've got the Bulls. It's fucked. The Rockets, they said we're number 2 in pace. I know the Bulls were number 1 in pace earlier in the year. I don't know if they've sustained that, but I can't imagine they've fallen too far. Okay. So yeah, 9.5
triple,
a game. We'll live
essentially
with that.
Close to triple.
9.5. That's nothing. But the Bulls will be looking to run. Levine's looking to run. And the Pelicans and 76ers, we should both beat. Who knows? Maybe Zion plays. Maybe Embiid plays. Who the fuck knows?
I think this is when we string off the 3
world
straight.
may never know.
That right there, I feel like I'm confident in that 3 straight right there. What's after that?
Oh, after that's that Cavs, Knicks.
All right, yeah. All right. So I'm confident in that 3 straight, bro. We need this 3 straight. Like this 3 straight. And then we go into February and deal with everybody. Deal with the juggernauts.
Yeah.
We are the fucking juggernaut.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like we're Thanos, and then we got to go fight the Avengers and all that.
Just like
it's still
just
gonna
like
be
getting
tough.
Kristaps last year was like the last thing.
Yeah.
We got to change the
Thanos
subject
now,
before
bro.
I make some condescending
They killed Thanos
superhero
like
joke that
5
half my
times.
fans
It was
hate.
tough as shit. They had to keep killing that guy. They had to go to different planets. He had the easy formal wear
That's what I'm
on. They had to
saying.
kill him there. Cooking a stew of some sort.
That's
Had to
literally
kill him
us,
there.
bro.
Yeah. You just got to keep killing that guy. Still, as the sky falls, the Celtics winning 68% of their games. It's certainly more than enough to win a 7-game series, as long as those numbers keep looking that way. And every team that is an alleged threat is unproven, can't get past the second round type teams. I'm going to still feel decently confident. That's kind of where I'm at.
Now what you
I'm
call
pissed in the short term. I'm confident in the long term. We just gotta again 3 guys out tonight. It's not the reason why we lost, but I'm very confident in these guys. We've seen them do it before. It's fucking frustrating. It's the dog days. It's like it was like 3 degrees outside in Boston for the last month. Like vibes are low. Once the Super Bowl's over, that's when people need to flip the switch. All right. That's when it's going to be Celtics season. And that's when we really need to put the pedal to the metal and have this team start to be the team that we all have talked about them to be and predicted them to be.
You know it, baby. National TV games coming up too. You already know what it is, man.
Time
So
to
we're
wake
not
up.
playing the Super Bowl this year? That's crazy. We don't play on the Super Bowl this year. We always play on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Horford hits a buzzer beater on Super Bowl Sunday at 2:30 every single year.
Yeah,
Wasn't the
what
Paul
fuck?
Pierce return game on Super Bowl Sunday too?
Yeah, it was.
That was
Damn.
awesome.
Damn.
That was Patriots Falcons.
That's hard.
Wow, what a
If
day!
I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
believe
Hey,
that was,
for real.
yeah, that was a stressful day. I remember watching that game in Brooklyn just by myself. Both games.
And if we bring up the Paul Pierce game, Isaiah Thomas making a return to the Utah Jazz. Danny Ainge bringing him back onto the G League team. Isaiah got called up last year. He was averaging 33 points a night in the G League. I just think that's incredible. Like, he comes in, he's just like, all right, like, I'm going to do 2 weeks here, and then I'm going to get called up. 33 a night in the G League. I don't care who you are. If you score 33 points in the fucking G League, you're incredible at basketball.
IT?
Oh, incredible. 5'9", can barely walk from what I can remember, and yet he's still putting up 30.
Yeah, bro. Real hoops.
Yeah, I
Real hoops,
smoked
man.
that, by the way. That was the Paul Pierce game.
Woo!
So he hit that 3 when they were down like 20, weren't they? The
Yeah,
Clippers.
it wasn't close.
And then he just hit that 3, and it was just a great wholesome
was it.
moment.
You know
And then
what?
I
I don't even
took-
think, Coley, I don't even think that it was like a 20-point game. I think it was like a 2-possession game, and they put Pierce in, and he hit the 3, and then they just like didn't foul. They were like, all right, we're good. Like, don't worry about it. Like, Doc was just like, give him his moment.
Let me see. February 5th, 2017.
This is really going back. Like, why would I know something like this?
It's 107,
Fucking
102.
2017. 107.
Yeah,
All right,
it
fine,
was-
bro.
I was
Blake Griffin. Oh, I see. That's fucked up. They have Blake Griffin's last picture, him wearing a Celtics jersey. And I was like, Blake Griffin did not play for the Celtics back then. That was, but he had a great game. He had a great game.
He loved being the Celtics, bro. He loves wearing his he be wearing his Boston
did.
hat everywhere now. It's great.
He does. He fucking,
It's great.
I kills me. We didn't get him, Joe Johnson. Like, these are people we should have got rings.
That's a fact, bro.
This is what a crazy team. This wasn't that long ago. Jay Crowder, Amir Johnson started in this game. Again, it wasn't that long ago.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what was that, the 2016 roster?
No, this is
I heard
17.
Amir Johnson. 17? Okay.
17. Yeah.
So I heard Amir Johnson.
Jay Crowder, Amir Johnson, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Isaiah Thomas. The fact that we still have 2 starters from this team is crazy.
Al
is
Horford,
wild.
bro.
That's
Al Horford was like 30, 33 then, which is crazy.
Jordan Mickey and James Young were still on the team.
Jordan
This is
Mickey.
old.
Damn.
I mean,
You know,
people
he's
said
drunk,
Jordan Mickey
though.
was going to be like Bill Russell. They're like, this guy blocks everything. I'm like, dude, he can't get off the bench.
No, he never did. You get these players every once in a while. I honestly think it happened to Tari Eason, who played tonight for the Rockets, hit a couple shots, played some defense,
He was
basketball.
good on D.
He was an LSU guy too. He looks so much taller in college than he does in the NBA, which happens to a lot of guys every year. You'll see someone who looks like a monster in college, and they step on an NBA court, and it's like, what? Did you lose 5 inches? What happened? What's going on here?
Everybody's
I thought-
6'10".
I thought Kennedy Meeks was going to be like a back to the basket, like Greg Monroe type, and shit. Never happened. Never happened for Big Kennedy.
Who
But I
was
like,
the?
you saw him in college, and you're like, holy fuck.
Was it Juwan Johnson? Who was the Purdue power forward we drafted the same year we took Etwan Moore?
With Robbie Hummel, yeah, Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson.
That team was loaded.
But he looked like he could be Stromile Swift when he was at Purdue. Like, he genuinely looked like, oh, this guy's going to be a monster in the league. And then he got on the court. He was 6'4". I was like, what?
What happened?
What? This is horrible. This is not the guy I drafted. So that sucked.
That Purdue team was loaded. Though, I mean, those 3 players right there were like
in
all
college,
conference, all America players.
It was nice.
Etwan Moore having the best pro career out of the 3 is not something I would have seen. And I liked Etwan Moore, but I did not see that coming.
Yeah, it's a good call. I like Juwan. I like Juwan Johnson at the time.
I was thrilled when they made those picks, and it just didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. But do we all have 3-0? I know Buddha wants to say like 1 and 2.
No, I'm going 3-0. This is fucking ridiculous. So let's go. It's about time.
LFG.
It kind of is. Because, yeah, that Celtics 76ers is Sunday. So we will record after that. We'll preview Celtics, Cavs, Mavs, Celtics, Knicks, Celtics.
Big games, bro.
Week. It's the
Big
big
games.
week. So let's
Like,
not
what you
make it
got?
a. Oh, I got 3-0, but let's not make it bigger than it needs to be. Like, let's take care of business over these 3. I know we can get caught looking ahead. It's a thing we like to do. Lock in for these 3, lock in those 3 wins, and then let's go hoop all of February. That's what I want to see.
I like it. Jake, what you got?
I got
I just
around
had
the
one-
3-0 boys. I've just been begging for undefeated weeks. It feels like for 2 months, and hey, we got 3 games. That's better odds than 4 games. So let's go 3-0.
Yeah, it's time. It's well overdue.
I thought
you got,
Jake was
Buddha?
going to give us the reverse sweep.
No,
Hell
time
no.
not that
We
dire.
don't need it right now.
No, I just wanted to bring up really quickly. I don't know if people know how the All-Star game is going to work this year, but I think it's fucking really cool. 3 teams of 8 NBA All-Stars drafted by Shaq, Kenny, and Charles. The 4th team is the winner of the Rising Stars Challenge. So there's going to be 2 young teams playing Friday night, and the winner is going to be playing against one of those 3 NBA teams in a 4-team tournament. So I think that's a really, really cool incentive for this year.
Stiz?
Tatum was.
Stiz?
No, I'm gonna let you finish first before before I ask my question. I just have one though, so everybody knows.
Okay.
Placeholder.
Okay. I'm like looking at my sheet now, looking at Stiz.
My bad, brother.
I think the funny thing that came out about the reserve voting was Jordan Poole said that he's playing at an all-star level and that he should be voted in. The Wizards are 6-38. So I don't know. I don't know how a player on a 6-38 team can honestly say he's playing at an all-star level. His numbers are worse than Derek White, and Derek White actually plays on a good basketball team. So that just made me. That was like the headline of the day for me. Just made me absolutely crack up. And I do want to know. I tried doing some research on this today. If somebody could figure this out for me, it would be fantastic. I want to know who is the all-star who played on the worst record NBA team like of all time. Antoine Jameson is the answer for the whole season, but I want to know at the midseason break, was there a team worse than 6-30? What was it? 6-38.
Did K
Was
get
a
in last
team
year?
worse than 6-38?
Who?
Did K get in last year?
No.
Okay.
No, I think he got hurt last year, didn't he? Wasn't that Kate's whole problem?
Yeah, I think so. No, you might be right. You might be right. I was about to say, at any point if they ever got Cade in there, Detroit Pistons.
He had no all-stars for Cade.
That's unfortunate.
And 2 years ago,
Definitely.
last year he played plenty.
He definitely was in a Rising Stars challenge. Stiz, what was your question?
All right. Well, it's a two-parter. First thing, why can't we just go back to East-West where everybody just wears their jerseys, home away?
That would be my first choice.
Why can't we just bring it back to the good old days of that? That's my first thing. Second thing, what are these are they going to put some other guys on the young guys team, or are they just going to let them get cooked by like JT and them?
Cook.
No, okay.
I think the thought is, hey, these young guys don't know any better. They might play hard, and that might piss off the vets into playing hard.
That's what I think.
That'd be fire. That would be fire.
I kind of think the vets are just going to smack them. Like, I don't think, is Wemby going to be on the young guys team? Because if so, then maybe things change. But I don't know that he is.
He has to be, right?
He could just say no. He doesn't want to play. I got him playing in fucking Paris.
I think because he's going to be voted.
True.
He's going to be voted in as a regular All-Star. You're going to see guys like Thompson.
Oh, is
right?
he?
Like I think Thompson's going to play in a game like that. I think the kid from Chicago, Buzelos or whatever his name is. I can't keep spitting out players because I'm just going to keep mispronouncing names.
Sengun.
So I don't want to embarrass.
I don't think he fucked up any of them so far. I think Buzelos was right.
DeJounte Murray from New Orleans, that still gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I'm still like, oh, fuck.
I was
like,
afraid
of
close,
saying
close.
His name.
Listen, you nailed the white one, so that's all that matters. But
DeJounte Murray.
Bro, Manu Ginobili just rolls off the tongue. There's something about DeJounte Murray. I just can't get it up.
Oh, my God.
It's a tough scene. It's all it is. Sometimes you just don't.
To be fair,
Stiz
did call Drew Patterson earlier in the podcast, so
he did.
My bad, bro. My bad, Peterson.
He did.
He's not getting the white guys' names. He's not getting the white guys.
That's my boy, bro.
Those are the same. The guy who consistently hangs 40 on us versus the guy who plays once a month. That's
what I'm saying,
sure.
bro.
The two-way guys are my specialty. That's what I bring to the podcast. Okay.
Any Tewksbury lore?
All right, we'll do a little Redmond minute.
Yeah, give us a minute. Give us a minute.
Last Tuesday, when my mic cut out, they had just recently lost to Lowell. Lowell's top 5 team in the state. They played them pretty tough, probably lost by 15-ish. But it wasn't the worst result because, again, top 5 team in the state. They cleaned up on Friday night, won by 20, and then they played again on Sunday. They won by 20. So they're 9-3. And they're hosting North Andover tomorrow night, which is me and my brother's hometown. So that is very, very important. My high school coach will be going up against my brother. Very excited for it. Tewksbury Memorial High School tomorrow night, 6:30. I will see everybody there. My head will be shining from the fucking spotlight. I will be there, and I'll be rooting hard for the Redmen. I'm very excited for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Big dubs, bro. Big dubs.
What's your vibe at these games? Like, are you yelling at the refs? Are you saying anything at all? Are you sitting there like writing down notes, quiet? Like, what's the Buddha experience at these games?
So it depends on who's there. My parents go, so I typically sit with my parents, and they're not like the biggest sports people. So like they do ask a lot of questions. I will say, because my brother's the coach, like you try not to interact with as many parents as possible, just because one parent might think that the coach is doing a really good job, and another parent might think that their kid's not getting enough playing time. Which again, it is what it is. So I try not to like mingle too much. I'm definitely not yelling at the referees. There might be a couple times like that you'll hear me be like, over. Like I'm always the guy yelling.
Little snarky comment.
No, but my brother gives it to the refs good enough that I don't need to say anything.
Okay, that's good.
But
as long as someone's yelling at them, that's all I care about.
Oh, he's giving it to him. He's giving it to him. There was a game a couple weeks ago where he was yelling at a ref so hard that literally a state trooper started walking towards him, and it was just like, dude, it's a basketball game. Like, it's really not that big of a deal whether it was a block or a charge.
Shout
out to the Redmond Minute. That was your Redmond Minute.
Shout out to the Redmond. And for everybody who don't know, and think that, like, you feel me, that Lowell win was nothing, bro. Lowell pushes out kids like turrets, man. So like that dub is hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like hearing these boys are still 9-3 with a tough loss over them that's impressive, bro. Shout out to the boys out there, man.
They responded how we hope they'd respond. You know what I mean? It's easy to have a loss like that unravel your season. That's not how Tewksbury gets down.
Hell nah.
Not going to happen.
Learning experience, learn and grow. That's what we do.
The Celtics should take a lesson. The Celtics should take a lesson from them. That's how you respond.
We need a 20-point burger.
Oh, yeah. I got one more trivia question for you guys before we go.
Okay.
Give me it.
AJ DeBance that got selected to the McDonald's All-American game. How many players have been selected all time to the McDonald's All-American game from the state of Massachusetts?
Ooh.
What year does the McDonald's game start?
That is an awesome question, and that's really good for context.
Because did Tommy Heinsohn play in one? You know what I mean? I know he was highly recruited and regarded back then, but I don't know if the game even existed then. That feels like it was like the 70s, maybe.
1977, Magic Johnson.
Damn. Okay. They started off with Magic? That's strong.
That is fire. That's probably why the game is still alive today.
Definitely helps. Certainly helps. Was Chris Herron McDonald's All-American?
So I got to be honest. I found the number. I couldn't find the list of names, so I don't know who they are. I just know the number.
All right.
I would assume so, though. I mean,
yeah, I would assume so. Pat Ewing, if we're counting him
Nerlens
from
Noel
Massachusetts, which was good. Nerlens came to mind.
Maybe Noah Vonleh.
Shabazz. Did Shabazz Napier make one?
I don't think Shabazz was All-American.
That high.
I don't think Shabazz was All-American, which is crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, anyways, take a guess.
I'm trying to narrow it down. I didn't know you get this fucking shot clock.
I'm going to just get a random one. I was about to say, I'm about to just pull the trigger on. I'm going to just say C. I always go answer C on any multiple choice. So let's go number 12.
When you were doing that, I thought of 12. I'm going to say 7.
11. What a fucking guess by Stu. That was so good. Yeah. That was so good.
Right there. Nah, I just
close, bro. Close, bro.
I want to know.
I was going to say that. Regardless of what you said after, I was going to just be like, I was going to say that.
How is this not a searchable thing?
Yeah, I really struggled with it. I thought like some like AI generated answer would come up, but nothing. I couldn't find it.
They should know.
They absolutely should. They should have it broken down by state. Wikipedia, don't let me down. No, that's college. I don't fucking care about college. Come on, Wikipedia.
I'm going to get killed tomorrow for the top 5. Jason Tatum taking. I don't give a damn. Come at me, people. I don't give a damn. He's better than you, and he's better than your favorite player, so it doesn't matter.
You fucking tell them. Because those are facts. No, they don't have anything that's even resembling a list that would have this information. God damn it. I want to give the guys their props.
I think we got like 5 or 6 of them.
We had to have.
Big salute to anybody you missed, man.
Vonleh for sure.
Anybody we missed, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know.
I feel like we're walking into, what was the shit we said about Ohio State? We were like, are there any other Celtics from there? And then it was
John Havlicek came out of nowhere. No, it was
That's
literally
what I mean.
We like got the 2 that were in our era, and then it was also John Havlicek. It was like, dude, we got Sullinger and Turner right off the bat, and then Havlicek
so
just
fast.
sitting there.
Yeah, I feel like we're doing that again. Like, oh,
We
did so and so, and I was like, oh, LeBron James, obviously. Like, so I can't wait to hear who we forgot. I know people are screaming at their phone right now, but
Yeah,
you're just gonna have to tweet
Ewing.
us.
Did you say Ewing?
Camby?
Wasn't Camby from
Marcus
Massachusetts?
Camby?
No, he's from Hartford.
Oh, he's from Connecticut. Okay.
Yeah,
Marcus
fantastic.
Camby. I've never heard any lore.
No, Marcus Camby was for sure Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah, Hartford CT.
What about Andre
Just went to
Drummond?
UMass.
He's from Connecticut too.
Yeah,
He
he's not
is?
from Mass.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I mean we've had Oriaki, Pressey, like we've had solid hoopers, but McDonald's All-American games, what, like 25, 26
25
dudes?
kids.
Like
Yeah,
a
26 kids.
very select group. So that's why I want to give these guys credit. That is the game. Like that.
That's crazy.
I dreamed about playing in that game almost more than playing in the NBA because I saw the McDonald's. It's like, oh, if you play in that game, you're an NBA player.
That's the elite.
I dreamed about going to
Yeah.
that game, not playing in that game.
Oh, it wasn't a realistic dream, but as a kid, you're just like, yeah, that's for sure, obviously, what I'm going to do. Like I am.
Getting that
the
jersey got to be
proletariat.
so tough, bro.
It
Like,
must
getting
be.
your
It must be
All-American
absolutely brutal
McDonald's
to be like a
jersey.
top
Gotta
20
be
player and not get invited.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if
Like
it
if you're
happens.
like who's the highest ranked player that didn't get invited? Like that must be so like I'd be so pissed. Be like I'm a fucking Burger
being number
King guy.
like 26, being number 26, and they picking 25 of y'all.
That's got to put a
Oh.
huge chip on your shoulder. But
Not for sure. I'm staying. I'm definitely reclassing, and we gonna figure this out.
I will be there. Ronald, I'm coming for you, clown. Oh man, yeah. Tweet us the very obvious. Oh, I forgot Michael Jordan's from Roxbury. Like, just tweet us that. We'll make sure to correct the record next week. We'll see you guys then after this quick 3-0 against the Drek of the league.
Here's some shit I can't explain. My niggas dodging their arraignments. We took the rhino out of state. Migrated to trapping location. Crooked 12 took some drugs from us. Left my niggas on the road. We took them losses how they go. Cause we just sticking to the code. Now here's some things I can't explain. This flat just knocked me out my brain. Your bitch just hit me up again. I leave that to her to explain. As long as I'm still with the game. As long as I don't never change. There's nothing left that needs explaining. There's nothing left that needs explaining. Told these niggas I ain't playing. They always think it's a game. I'm just living what I'm saying. Still got shooters like the range. I don't never be complaining. You be throwing allegations. Cushion money on me fragrance. I'm your favorite. Yeah, I had to bring the moles with me. Brought the work to all the shows with me. Brought my niggas from the hood with me. Told my niggas they all good with me. My cousin riding with a full semi. And they all wish a nigga would with me. All these rappers think they new Disney, but they just bringing out the bull in me. Here's some shit I can't explain. My niggas dodging their arraignments. We took the rhino out of state. Migrated to trapping location. Crooked 12 took some drugs from us. Left my niggas on the road. We took them losses how they go. Cause we just sticking to the code. Now here's some things I can't explain. This flat just knocked me out my brain. Your bitch just hit me up again. I leave that to her to explain. As As long as I'm still with the game. As long as I don't never change. There's nothing left that needs explaining. There's nothing left that needs explaining. 100-something on the highway. I'm doing numbers still my way. We party like it's a Friday. You just look funny like Fridays. Smoking like everyday high day. Leaning like I had my thigh break. Niggas can't reach up to my space. Cause they more news than in my space. Invited your bitch out to my place. Off of that throat I'ma violate. I got my own on my mind, man. All of this stress give me migraines. This ain't the time to be shy, babe. You can hop out of this ride, baby. Ahead of my time, but far from my prime. I know the world gon' be mine, baby. And here's the shit I can't explain. My niggas dodging their arraignments. We took the rental out of state. Migrated to trapping location. Crooked 12 took some drugs from us. Left my niggas on the road. We took them losses, how they go. Cause we just sticking to the code. Now there's some things I can't explain. This flat just got me out my brain. You bitches hit me up again. I leave that to her to explain. As long as I'm still with the game. As long as I don't ever change. There's nothing left that needs explaining. There's nothing left that needs explaining. Yeah. As long as I'm still with the game. There's nothing left that needs explaining. Yeah. As long as I'm still with the gang.